February
What's that?
2018. What does that time of the year mean anything to you? February 2018.
February 2018 would
It's okay. We
probably
both
be
we both
around
can't.
when we fucking started this.
Actually, that's actually a really accurate answer. You actually knew where I was going for this. That's the first time we chatted with Vicious 5150 on the Profit Report. I just looked it up. He was here on episode
Oh.
6. Now, a couple years later, we're still talking with him, man. Vicious 5150, thanks for joining us again and bringing us this music, getaway music. Thanks for being back.
Yeah, thank you
What
for
up?
having me, man. What up?
I was saying before we called you up that I've been for a couple of weeks now. I mean, when did the project? I've lost track of time, man. The project's been out for like a couple months now, has it not? Or I don't even know what is time.
Yeah, it's been out for a couple months now. Like April is when I dropped it.
April. Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, like
it
end
was
of
spring.
April.
Awesome. You've been doing such a good job keeping the project relevant. I gotta say, nonstop with your YouTube promotion, the song breakdowns. I think there's still one coming. Am I correct?
There is. Well, you've been keeping track. I see. All right.
I do research every once in a
Yeah.
while.
Right on. Yeah. Once in a while you dabble, right? That's cool. That's cool. Right.
I'm learning
yeah, I
about
got
these
one more
YouTube and
track
Twitter things.
review. Yeah, I got one more track to do for song breakdown. It's gonna be for Keep Winning, the 7th song off of that. So be on the lookout for that soon, as you shall be, like you stated.
Nah, nice.
I was saying before we called you here to Dizzy that like I've been wanting to get you on for a little bit, and you've kept pushing forward. Obviously, you're a man who just keeps working with in the music business. You have another project that's came out since with the Hazmat crew there, another EP, and man, just not. So we'll get to the stuff you're working on currently, but I just want to again talk about getaway music a little bit more. You've been doing again song breakdown. So if anyone wants a specific song breakdown, just go over to Vicious's YouTube. But a couple of things I want to ask you about it is seeing comments online. The number one comment that I noticed from like people that I saw, they made reference to was like old school Vicious 5150, and to me, I've only known you for the last couple of years, so I wasn't super familiar with that reference. Do you want to talk on that? Do you feel if this brought up some old school?
Well, yeah, because
vibes?
like I kind of just went like back and forth with like trying a lot of different like musical styles. Like I don't know how much of my catalog you've listened to over the years, but like I've tried a little bit of everything. But the old school stuff was always like the funk R&B kind of rap. And I kind of went back to that and like fine tuned it like a whole bunch, right? And I found my comfort zone in that. But if you notice with getaway music, I did revisit also some of my dark like trip hop stuff as well. You know what I mean? Because I love that kind of shit as well.
So how far back does old school Vicious go?
Depending what you're talking about, like solo wise, my first my first album I put out was in 2007, but I've been rapping since like 99, 2000.
Okay, so that's old
Yeah.
school.
But I was really actively really doing it from like '04 on, you know what I mean? Like I was really actively doing it.
Nice.
Dizzy, we've had guests on this show, and they Vicious has been rapping longer than they've been alive.
Yeah,
I know.
Much.
I think
What
about
a
that
mind
sometimes.
fuck, eh?
Like, yeah, like when I would do like those all ages shows at Olympia Pizza, like some of those kids are like coming up, and I remember like I don't know, Dizzy, you remember that spot, right?
I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah. And they were all ages places over in Surrey, and they would have shows like all these kids opening for us and stuff like that and whatnot. And some of them were like between like 15 and 17 years old or whatever like that. I'm like, man, like either you were like not even born yet, or like you were just like a really little kid when I started like even writing raps. Like I wrote my first like real lyrics like around like 97, 98 or something like that. Like I didn't show anybody because I was like some quiet, shy kid. And I was like, I was gonna write something, see what happens, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you also have like? Oh, go ahead, Diz.
Oh, what were like? Do you remember some of the things you used to write about in school, or like back in the day?
No, it was just kind of random rhymes, not really about anything, you know, just kind of seeing what I could put together, you know. It wasn't really anything like super like I don't know what word to use, like coherent. Well, not coherent is probably the wrong word to use. Like I could form a coherent sentence, but I mean like pieces weren't fitting is what I'm trying to say. I was just trying to find myself because I was like 12, 13 when I was starting to like write raps.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome, man. I just want to,
you know, when you're young,
I'm just trying to dig into the old school Vicious now, and I just want to see, you know, like where you came from, because I've known you for a while, but I don't think I've known you as the old school Vicious.
Yeah, there's only like a few people who remember me from like that sort of era. Like my homeboy Darkness, like we started writing, recording together when we were teenagers, right? And you still see him on my projects to this day. We're still in the midst of working on a project as well, but that one's a little bit further down the road. But yeah, that's the guy I've been starting to write rap with since the beginning. And then like other people I worked with after that was like DZ, rest in peace, and RC, of course. That's what I met.
Yeah.
Like back in like 2006, and I met Mr. Mead around that same time too. I've been rapping with him like longer than pretty much anybody, even RC.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah, like Mr. Mead was still in high school. It's like, yeah, Maple Ridge, man. That was like a long ass time ago. I was just talking to my girlfriend about this last night. I was like, yeah, like I've been rapping with him since he was like 18, 19 or something.
Wow. I think I've only known you for like 3-4 years or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, could you imagine if we had the technology we have now just to capture these moments? Because now everyone's got like a video recorder in their pocket. Like everyone has like 7 angles of any show that goes on. But like that old footage, like even from like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even it's kind of rare and stuff. So is there any like old whether it's footage, pictures, or just any special memories that you're like, damn, this is why we do this?
Oh man, like there's so many to name, man. Like I couldn't even really narrow it down. There's way too many. Yeah. I mean, like I said, like when we opened for Bone, I remember that was kind of like my big moment because Bone Thugs and Harmony is like my favorite rap group of all time. Like I've explained this story a million times, I'm sure, but yeah, like that was like the pinnacle moment for me. Like at that time, right? I was like, holy shit! Like I can't believe I've actually gotten to this point to do this.
And how long
ago I heard they were coming
that?
to town in 2014.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's amazing. 6 years ago.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I was like, holy shit! Like
wow.
I brought a bunch of homies from my childhood over there. Like, man, like it's like I remember you like bumping Bone all the time when you were a kid, and all of a sudden here you are, man. I was like, that's fucking. It was like a sense of a rival, right? But I've always wanted to push harder than that since,
Yeah, and you've been doing great. 1,000 albums later.
Yeah, no doubt, eh? Like I'm almost gonna lose count of how many goddamn albums I got.
Not just busy rapping and writing. You're always busy putting beats together too. I know you've produced like full projects for other people. You do a lot of mostly self-production, as far as I know. When did that come? Because you said like in school you started writing early on and stuff. So when did the beat making start?
The beat making, well, back in like 2006, 2007 is when I started like really actively recording stuff. But then like I was able to kind of start piecing loops together here and there. Like I wasn't really familiar with making beats at that time, but I hung around a couple different producers, RC included, and they would kind of show me little things and what to do. But before all that, I was just piecing like loops together from like old funk records and stuff like that I knew, and like just rap some tracks over that, and or just to play around, just so I know how to like get the timing. Because my goal was eventually to start making beats as well, right? Like I wanted to make sure like my sound was what I wanted my sound to be,
Yeah,
and
totally.
I guess around 2010 is when I started really making my first few beats, if I were to really narrow it down. Maybe in 2008 or 9, actually. No, I started fucking around with beats at that point. But 2011, it was like full-time beat making from here on in.
Now, do you have like a whole vault of beats that you have, or do you make beats as you go, like with songs?
Depends if you're throwing money at me, my friend. That's a very
no. I mean yourself, like when you go yourself.
Yeah, I do have a vault of beats like here and there. Like there's some that I haven't even finished yet, or like for example, Dead Zone, the first track off Getaway Music. I just like got ripped one night and made that beat, and I totally forgot that I did for like months on end. And I was just looking through like unfinished beats, or like I had that beat like not even like bounced out yet. It was just this session file. And I went into it, and I was like, wait, what is this? I forgot like what the hell I named it. And I was like, what the fuck is this thing? I was like, oh my God, I forgot I made this. This must have been months ago. And I went and I wrote to it, and that's what that came out.
That's amazing. Cool.
Yeah,
I was saying to Dizzy, that's probably
gems I forget about.
that Dead Zone track, I don't know if it's the beat itself. It might be my favorite track on the EP, even though like it's just so like eerie, but I said it in a good way. I feel like it's like campfire music. Like it's like it's got this surrounding effect to it. Like I really love it.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, I did do it that way, like make it a real surround sound kind of thing, right? Like I wanted to make
like it.
Like reverby atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
But yeah.
Another track that I know a lot of people are we're gonna listen to in a little bit here, but I've seen a lot of favorable words towards the Level Up song. That one's fun as well. It's I mean that's probably I'd say that. I don't know if poppy's the right word, but it's just it's fun. It makes you want to move, and I mean
banging,
poppy in the
right?
best
like,
way possible. So yeah, man. So so that's man, that's Getaway Music, which was so April. But fuck, look, you've been got a new project out with the Hazmat Music crew, and speaking of the crew there, it looks like you've been chatting with RC the Hazard quite a bit. You guys started with some versus battle and chatting more and more. I saw on your YouTube just recently. I saw you post on social media the idea about starting telling tales and stuff, and it looks like you started doing it. So let's talk about it. The 5th season podcast. What's the name about?
Well, we actually started
a
podcast. The 5th season podcast. Like 5th season was actually an old project of me and RC, because RC started with the whole he wanted to make like a 4-season series of his albums, like Blunt Season, which in my opinion is his best CD ever, like ever. And he had like a couple other CDs he was working on. He can tell it better than I can, but basically Blunt Season is the one that like really came to fruition. And again, like RC, correct me if I'm fucking wrong, because like anyways, he explained it on my podcast, and you can watch what that is. But anyways, we came up with 5th season. It was like the other season of like weather or whatever the fuck, like the funk season, the music season, you know what I mean? Like we were trying to make something this is where it means all sorts of different things, but like we were like thinking about doing this podcast thing for ages and ages. Like I'm sure you even been in the studio with us, me and RC, like we should come up with a podcast. We should do a podcast. Like we should, oh yeah, totally, man. And then we just never did it. And then after this whole COVID shit hit, like we finally were like, we could just like we were thinking about doing that versus battle, so we did the versus battle, and I was like, hey man, like why don't we just do the podcast now? We just go on IG Live, and then I just download it after and just put it onto my YouTube, and then boom, there's your podcast.
Do you guys have plans for more episodes, or are this going to come out sporadically, or
Absolutely.
What's the game plan?
Absolutely, we're gonna keep pumping out those episodes because like they're fun to do, right? Like the first episode, like I don't want to give away too much, but it was called the Taste Test, where I taste tested a couple different kinds of beer that I'd never tried before, and he was taste testing like some weed strains, and we kind of reviewed them and gave the whole breakdown, and then we just talked about some other shit,
So my question to you is, what beer haven't you tried? Because oh
god, there's too many. But
you
know me, I love trying different kinds of beers. You know me.
Like every time I see you, you have a different type of beer that I've never heard of.
Well, because like I used to be like drinking Caribou's a lot and everything, and I kind of just got sick of it. Like, I mean, no disrespect to Caribou, I like that beer, but I mean, like I started opening up my world to different beers and all that kind of shit, and I was like, man, like I could just make little reviews of that. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I might want to revisit that.
What is your favorite?
Huh?
Like, what's your favorite
now?
Favorite? Yeah.
Right now, my favorite right now. Okay, no, my favorite right now that I've tried. I actually said it on the episode, but I'll tell you. And it's called the Fuggles and Warlocks Strawberry Wit. It's fucking awesome. I love it. Love it.
I was laughing. You have to. Well, I'm gonna hold my breath. Can you please say that name again?
Fuggles and Warlock Strawberry Wit.
So where
do I get it?
You can get it at a liquor store, man. They sell it in bottles and everything, and they sell it on tap at some bars too. I also like my IPAs. I like Fat Tug IPA. Fat Tug IPA because it's a hilarious name.
We have that.
And I remember fucking Mr. Mead. We're at the show one time, and he like says to me, he's like, "I'm gonna go ask the bartender for a Fat Tug." I was like, "Yes, I know. We're 7," and I thought it was a hilarious joke.
Oh my god! Shout out to Mr. Mead, man. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, we were both giggling like fucking idiots. So it was awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Those are my favorite ones right now.
I'm okay. I'm just trying to get my composure. I don't know why the beer killed me. As I said, it's been one hell of a day, so that beer just man. So I have an idea. Like we need to definitely have a podcast inception, like a podcast and a podcast one day. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but we'll have it. We'll have you and RC on back on the Profit Report at the same time. You guys can go live if you want to, and we'll have a podcast and a podcast. And I think that'd be a fun idea because I hear what you mean. I know what you mean, man. Telling stories are great, and it's right now it's actually the one benefit about me and Dizzy and I not doing the show in the same studio. A lot of times I would go pick them up, and we'd drive over to my place, the other end of town, only like 20 minutes. Yeah. But then we told a lot of great stories. I'm like, shit, why weren't we recording that? So like we would start just not. Yeah. I'd be like, oh, I want to talk about this, but we're not going to talk about it till we go on air. So and
yeah, exactly right, and because it kills the moment if you have to tell it twice. You know what I mean? And then like too rehearsed and formulaic or some shit.
Yeah, good luck getting that twice, right? Or the emotion.
I guess what we'd have to do if we were going to get that many people on, we'd have to do like a Zoom hangout or some shit like that. I've never tried that, but I mean, I've seen a lot of people starting to do that. Like I think we'll research it and figure that shit out.
For sure, man.
I've been watching my news on Twitch lately, so yeah, everyone's got picture in picture. I'm like, whoa, I gotta catch up with technology. I just got on got on Twitter.
That's what I've been telling you guys, man. Fucking yeah, that's what I've been telling you guys. Like, don't stay behind the times. Dizzy, get off Reverb Nation.
I already did. That was like 2-3 months ago. You're
finally, eh?
He's a man of technology. He's like,
yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Just keep up with the shit.
I'm becoming the old man of this group. It's horrible, but man.
But people can still listen to my music for free, so they can go check it out.
Absolutely,
what Vicious
man.
is getting at is all the modern places like Spotify, iTunes, Google. You can just search Vicious 5150 and find him there because this guy's keeping up with the times. He's been doing it for a while and he knows how to adapt. So, is there anything you want to specifically plug before we let you go here?
Yeah, you could just fucking. What track were you gonna play next off Getaway Music?
We're gonna get into Leveled Up. We got the rest queued up for later. We're gonna be chatting with Toads a little later on. He's submitting some beats to a beat making competition, so we're gonna help him pick some out. And so I know he'll say hello. And IZK, by the way, he told us specifically. He let the whole world know we needed to listen to Inside, and we just did before we called you. So check mark done.
I know. I checked out the episode, man. I checked it out.
Cool, man. That guy, he's fantastic to talk to you, and it was fantastic to talk to you. Vicious 5150 Hazmat Music. Just search those things; you'll find them everywhere. We're gonna listen to Leveled Up.
Definitely,
thanks for being back here, homie. It was a pleasure chatting.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.